Welcome back. Please like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the Daily Scoop. I'm Alex, joined as always by Jamie. And Jamie, we have some really significant news involving President Trump today, don't we? A real double whammy.
Absolutely, Alex. It's been a very busy news cycle. Let's dive right into the first big story. President Trump has faced a lot of strong criticism recently for his social media posts. This happened after some sad news.
Right. This concerns the passing of the well-known Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle. After they were found dead, President Trump posted on social media. He claimed Reiner's death was due to Trump derangement syndrome and called him tortured by his dislike for the president.
Wow, that's quite an intense choice of words, isn't it? Many public figures, including actor Patrick Schwarzenegger and TV host Whoopi Goldberg, quickly called these remarks disgusting and vile. It's definitely a very sensitive issue that has caused a lot of discussion.
Exactly. It has certainly gotten people talking. But that's not all for President Trump today. We also have a major legal development.
Yes, he's actually started a lawsuit against the BBC, which is a big British news company. And he's asking for a huge amount of money, right? Like $10 billion in damages? That's a massive sum.
That's completely correct, Jamie. $10 billion. President Trump claims the BBC unfairly edited a speech he gave before the January 6th Capitol event back in 2021. This is a big move against a major media organization.
So it really highlights a consistent pattern we've seen, doesn't it? President Trump often uses social media to speak out directly. And now this lawsuit shows his strong stance against news outlets he feels are unfair or biased. It's a very interesting approach.
It certainly is. These two events really underscore his ongoing conflicts with both cultural figures and the media. It shows how he uses different ways to challenge those he disagrees with.
And these stories are definitely going to continue to develop. What a fascinating and challenging news day.
Hey, Jamie, ready for some big news from the world of AI?
Always, Alex. What exciting tech development are we diving into today?
So, NVIDIA, you know, the giant company that makes those powerful computer chips, especially for graphics and AI, just bought another company called SCED-MD.
NVIDIA buying someone? That sounds important. Who exactly is SCED-MD and what do they do?
Great question. SCED-MD is super famous for something called Slurm. Think of Slurm as a really smart traffic controller for huge computer systems, like those used in big data centers or supercomputers.
A traffic controller for computers? That's an interesting way to put it. So it helps manage how all the computer tasks run?
Exactly. It schedules and organizes all the different computing jobs, making sure everything runs smoothly and efficiently. This is super critical for training advanced AI models, which need a lot of computing power.
Wow, so as AI gets bigger and more complex, having something like Slurm to manage all that work is incredibly important. It helps AI learn faster, right?
You got it. NVIDIA wants Slurm to work even better with their chips. It shows that in the world of AI, it's not just about having powerful hardware, but also the smart software that manages it all.
Right. So NVIDIA wants to offer a complete solution, both the strong chips and the clever software that makes them run perfectly for AI tasks.
Precisely. It's a strategic move to make AI development even smoother and more powerful. Big news for anyone working with AI or high-performance computing.
Absolutely. Thanks for breaking down this big tech news for us, Alex.
Welcome to Digital Pulse, your weekly tech update. I'm Alex.
And I've got some really significant news from the President Trump administration today, haven't we, Alex?
Absolutely, Jamie. They've just launched a major new federal hiring initiative called the U.S. Tech Force. It's quite exciting, you know?
It certainly is. The big goal here is to bring 1,000 highly skilled specialists into important government roles. That's a lot of new talent, right?
Wow, 1,000 specialists. So what kind of cutting-edge fields are they targeting for this ambitious project?
Well, they're really focusing on rapidly evolving areas like artificial intelligence, or AI, that's when computers can think and learn, cybersecurity, software engineering, and data analytics. You know, all the really crucial modern stuff.
So, if I'm understanding correctly, it's about making sure the government's technology systems are not only up to date, but also super secure from threats.
Exactly. The main idea is to quickly modernize existing government systems, accelerate the adoption of advanced AI technologies, and generally strengthen how federal agencies use technology. It's a really big strategic push.
That makes perfect sense. These newly hired specialists are expected to serve 2-year terms, bringing their valuable private sector expertise into public service to solve complex technological challenges facing our nation.
Yes, and this really shows that President Trump's administration understands the urgent need to compete with private companies for top tech professionals, especially as AI and cybersecurity become even more central to national security and efficient public services.
So, this dedicated U.S. tech force is a smart strategic move to really address that technical talent gap within federal operations.
Absolutely. And this program is anticipated to have broad implications, not just for improving government tech infrastructure, but also for setting a new precedent in future federal recruitment strategies.
Right. It sounds like a fantastic way to ensure the U.S. government stays at the very forefront of technological innovation.
That's precisely the plan. It helps them effectively respond to emerging digital threats and seize new opportunities. It's a really smart investment in the future, don't you think?
I do. Well, that's a very positive and forward-looking story for technology and the nation. Thanks, Jamie.
My pleasure, Alex.
Hey, Jamie, guess what's buzzing in the tech world today?
Oh, do tell, Alex. Is it another cool gadget or something bigger?
Much bigger. We're talking about a massive $9 billion fund for a company called Lightspeed Venture Partners. That's a huge amount of money.
Wow, $9 billion. That sounds like a lot, especially right now. I heard fundraising can be hard for many companies.
Exactly. And this is their biggest fundraise ever in 25 years. It really shows how much trust investors have in them, you know?
So what are they going to do with all that cash? Is it for general tech or something specific?
Good question. Their main focus is artificial intelligence, or AI. They have an AI-first strategy. They've already invested in 165 AI companies.
165 AI companies? That's incredible. So they really believe AI is the future, right?
Absolutely. They're backing big names like Anthropic and Mistral. These new funds will help them support even more growth, especially since developing AI can be very expensive.
I can imagine. AI needs a lot of powerful computers and smart people. So Lightspeed is basically saying, we're going all in on AI.
Pretty much. It's a clear signal that even in a tough market, investors are putting their money into established firms that can really make a difference in new technologies like AI.
Fascinating. It really shows how important AI is becoming. Thanks for breaking that down, Alex.
Anytime, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Welcome back to Quick News Bites. Today we're diving into some big news from a name everyone knows, Pfizer.
That's right, Alex, and it's quite a story. Pfizer, the huge pharmaceutical company, just announced their expected profits for 2026 will be lower than financial experts thought.
Wow, that's surprising for such a giant. What's the main reason for this forecast, Jamie?
Well, the biggest factor is a significant drop in sales for their COVID-19 products. You know, the vaccines and treatments that were so essential during the pandemic.
Right, it totally makes sense. Demand isn't as high now that the emergency phase is over. It really highlights how much things have shifted since the initial rollout of vaccines, which began with such urgency under President Trump's administration.
Exactly. They're actually expecting about $1.5 billion less in revenue from those products compared to previous forecasts. Plus, they also face another $1.5 billion impact because some of their older, well-known medicines will face generic competition in 2026.
Ah, so that means other companies can make cheaper versions, reducing Pfizer's exclusive sales. So what's Pfizer's big plan to tackle these challenges?
Their CEO, Albert Bourla, has a strategy, a big cost-cutting program, and importantly, launching many new medicines. They're investing heavily in research and development, especially for new treatments in the fast-growing obesity market.
That's a smart move, looking ahead to new high-demand areas. But even with these efforts, the forecast adjusted profit per share, around $2.80 to $3, is still a bit below the $3.05 analysts hoped for.
Absolutely. It shows they're in a major period of adjustment post-pandemic, focusing on strengthening their future pipeline. It's a crucial time for Pfizer to adapt and innovate.
Thanks for breaking that down, Jamie. It really highlights the challenges even the biggest companies face in a changing world.
My pleasure, Alex. Always interesting to see how these giants navigate new markets.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Money Matters Made Easy. Jamie, what's got people talking about their wallets this week?
Oh, Alex, it's a big one, especially for homeowners in Australia. We've got news from two of Australia's biggest banks, CBA and NAB. They're now saying the central bank, the RBA, might raise interest rates earlier than expected, specifically in early 2026.
Wow, 2026 isn't far away. So what does a cash rate hike actually mean for ordinary people?
Right, good question. Basically, it means borrowing money becomes more expensive. If you have a home loan or a mortgage, your monthly payments will go up. For example, if you have a $600,000 loan, just one small rate increase of 0.25% could add about $90 to your monthly payment.
Ouch. That's a significant jump for many households already feeling the squeeze. Why are the banks changing their minds now?
Exactly. Well, they're worried about inflation, prices still going up too much. So to control that, the RBA might need to make borrowing more expensive. NAB has actually already started to react, increasing its fixed home loan rates. Their lowest fixed rate is now 5.39%.
So even before the RBA officially moves, banks are getting ready. What should people do with this information?
You know, it's a warning for borrowers to prepare. It means maybe checking your budget now, understanding your loan, and thinking about how you'd manage higher payments. It really shows a more cautious view of the economy.
Absolutely. Staying informed is key. Thanks, Jamie. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Global Gab. Today, Jamie, we've got some interesting news that mixes food, money, and big countries.
You got it, Alex. China just announced a big change. They're significantly reducing what we call tariffs, basically special taxes, on pork imported from the European Union.
Wow, significantly reducing tariffs. That sounds important. So European pork is going to be cheaper in China now, right? And this isn't a small thing. We're talking about a business worth over $2 billion US.
Exactly. It's a massive market for EU farmers. But, this isn't just a friendly gesture. Many analysts see this as a direct response, a kind of tit-for-tat move, meaning you do something to us, we'll do something back, against the EU.
A tit-for-tat? What did the EU do to China?
Well, the European Union recently put their own tariffs, their own taxes, on electric vehicles, or EVs, coming from China. They were worried about unfair government support for Chinese car makers.
Ah, I see. So China said, you tax our cars, we'll make your pork cheaper, to kind of twist the knife a bit, make it a strategic move. That's quite clever, using a different product.
Pretty much. It's a way for China to apply economic pressure. It shows how trade is becoming a big tool in disagreements between these huge economic powers.
Right. So it's not just about pork or electric cars, it's about bigger trade tensions. This will definitely impact European pork producers, but also shows us how countries are trying to protect their own industries.
Absolutely. It's an ongoing story of global economics and how nations use different strategies to get what they want. Very dynamic, wouldn't you say?
Definitely, Jamie. And we'll keep watching to see what happens next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tech Talk Daily. Jamie, AI has been such a hot topic lately, right? Everyone's talking about it.
Absolutely, Alex. It feels like AI is everywhere, promising to change everything. But it seems some companies are hitting a bit of a speed bump.
Exactly. While many businesses are super excited about generative AI, a new report says they're finding it really hard to get real value from it.
That's right. One survey found only 15% of company leaders saw more profit from AI in the last year. Another said just 5% saw widespread benefits. That's a big difference from what people expected.
Wow, that is a big gap. So why is it so tough? Well, sometimes the AI just can't do specific tasks reliably.
Yeah, like with Seller Tracker, a wine app. Their AI wine expert chatbot struggled for weeks to give honest, critical reviews. It was always too polite.
Too polite AI. And another example, Cando Rail, a railroad service. They tried an AI chatbot to summarize safety reports, but it couldn't always understand complex rules correctly.
So it's not as simple as just plugging it in and expecting magic. Because of these practical problems, experts now think about 25% of planned AI spending in 2026 will be delayed.
That's a huge shift. It's moving from all the hype to a more realistic view. Companies want AI solutions that truly work and deliver what they promise.
Exactly. And now, big AI companies like OpenAI and Google are working harder to create better tools specifically for businesses. They see the need for practical, reliable uses.
So it seems like AI is still coming, but maybe a little slower and definitely more carefully. A good reminder that technology needs to be practical.
Absolutely, Alex. It's an exciting journey, but patience and smart planning are key.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Easy News Explained. Jamie, we've got some very serious and sad news to discuss from Australia this week.
We certainly do, Alex. It's about a place many people know and love, Sydney's iconic Bondi Beach. On Sunday, it became the scene of a devastating attack.
That's right, Jamie. And the biggest update is that Australian authorities have now officially classified this incident as a terrorism-related act. This is a very important and serious declaration.
Wow, terrorism. That word really underscores the severity, doesn't it? It means the police are looking into potential links to extremist ideas.
Exactly. The investigations are continuing to understand the attacker's motives and all the circumstances around what happened. It has left many people shocked and grieving.
And tragically, a significant number of people were hurt. The news reports say around 40 individuals sustained injuries. That's a lot of people.
It is, and among those injured, we know that 3 Indian students were unfortunately involved. 2 of them are currently receiving treatment in a hospital. Our thoughts are with them and their families.
Absolutely. When something so terrible happens, the global community really comes together. Many countries have sent their condolences and support to Australia.
That's true. Even President Trump, for example, would express his condolences and solidarity, showing that the world stands with Australia in these difficult times. India is also closely watching, given that its citizens were affected.
Right. It really casts a sad shadow over a beautiful, popular place like Bondi Beach. It raises serious concerns about public safety everywhere, you know?
Precisely. Authorities are working hard to uncover all the details, ensure support for the victims, and reinforce security measures to prevent such acts in the future.
It's a stark reminder of the challenges nations face in keeping their citizens safe. A very sad situation indeed, Alex.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to News Simplified. Jamie, we have a really sad and serious story today from Michigan, right?
Absolutely, Alex. It's about a tragic incident involving a hyperbaric chamber explosion in Oakland County. 4 people, including the CEO of the Oxford Center, are back in court today.
Wow. This happened in January 2025, and a 5-year-old boy sadly died. His mother was also hurt. That's just heartbreaking.
It truly is. The CEO, Tamala Pedersen, and 2 others are facing very serious charges: second-degree murder or, alternatively, involuntary manslaughter. A 4th person, an operator, faces involuntary manslaughter and falsifying medical records.
Second-degree murder. That's incredibly serious. What exactly are they accused of doing wrong?
Well, the preliminary hearing, which is determining if there's enough evidence for a trial, has heard some concerning things. Allegations suggest workers ignored critical safety rules.
Like, what kind of rules? For people who might not be familiar with hyperbaric chambers?
Good question. Things like not using a special grounding wrist strap, changing how many times the machine was used, and even using flammable materials inside, like a blanket straight from a dryer and polyester pillows.
Oh, wow. That sounds incredibly dangerous. An expert even said the boy's death was preventable, didn't they?
Yes, that's correct. A certified hyperbaric technologist testified that this tragedy could have been avoided. It really highlights how important it is to follow safety rules everywhere, especially in medical facilities.
Exactly. This hearing is still going on, with lawyers questioning witnesses. We'll be watching for updates on this important case about safety and responsibility.
Right. It's a crucial reminder for all businesses about upholding the highest safety standards.